Hello, people all around the world, and welcome to this tutorial on how to make a 3x3 sliding piston door without slime blocks or honey blocks. And the great thing about this is that you can use terracotta on this. So let's see how it works. I flick this lever and then it opens and I can walk through it. Now I can then close it and it looks amazing. And as I said, you can use terracotta with this. And if you don't want a 3x3, but instead a 2x2, there should be an info card right now. A link to a video on how to make a 2x2 sliding door, which is very, very simple to make and doesn't take up that many spaces of redstone. But this, however, it's a bit wider. I've tried to compact it as much as I can, and this is the final version. And it's 3 blocks in depth, 13 blocks wide, and 7 blocks high in redstone. That is the space that the redstone takes up. But now let's go on with the tutorial. So starting off, you will need a space that is 13 blocks wide, 3 blocks deep, and 7 blocks high for the redstone. And the entrance will be 1 block above the first redstone layer, indicated with these 3 blocks, and it will be 4 blocks from the left for this design. If you want to flip it, then it will be 4 blocks from the right. And I will split this redstone into 3 parts. So for the first part, you will need some blocks, some repeaters, some redstone, 1 lever, 1 redstone torch. This will only indicate the input block, 9 pistons, and 2 slabs of any kind. So we start off by coming to this corner and we put down the input block. Then I recommend putting a lever on it, and then a redstone torch will come on it. Then we will put down 3 blocks in this pattern, and on top of all of them we will put some redstone and make sure that this bottom one here is spread out like that. Then we will put down the 9 pistons that you will have to use for the closing mechanism. And then we will do a simple pattern, which is slab, block right there, a block right there, and then repeat with 1 slab right there, block like that, and a block there. On top of the blocks, you will need to put some redstone, which will be also spread out. Then we just simply need to add some repeaters in between. And that was the first part. For the second part, we will need some blocks. We will need something that is non-stackable, for instance, a wooden shovel. We need a dropper, a target block, redstone dust, 3 comparators, a repeater, and a hopper. So, starting from the input block once again, we will put down 2 redstone dust like that, then a target block, a dropper, and then a hopper. In the dropper, we will put the non-stackable item. Then we will add a comparator to redstone dust, a comparator that is 2 blocks in front of the previous comparator. Then we will turn and put down another comparator like this, a block in front of this comparator, then a redstone dust like that, and then a repeater. And that was the whole part for the middle. And now for the final part, which will be the opening mechanism. We will need some blocks, we will need redstone dust, we will need repeaters, we will need torches, we will need 3 pistons, 6 sticky pistons, 1 observer, and 1 target block. So, starting from the repeater that we put down from the last part, we will put down another repeater. Then we will add a block, followed by 2 redstone dust straight, and then to the left 1 redstone. In front of the redstone, we will add a target block, and next to the redstone, we will add a repeater that we put on 4, then another redstone dust, and then a final repeater there. In front of the repeater, we will add a block, which will have a redstone torch, and here we would have had the floor, but for this instance, I will put a block. From the target block on the side, we will add a redstone torch, then a block on top of that, a redstone torch, a block on top of that, and then finally a redstone dust. Then we will add a redstone torch on top of this block. 2 blocks we'll put on top of that. Another redstone torch and a repeater set to 2 ticks. Then 3 blocks in an L shape like that, with a redstone dust and 1 repeater set to 2 ticks. Then another repeater set to 4 ticks. Then in front of both of them, we will add a block. On the block that had a repeater with 2 ticks, we will add a redstone dust. Then we will put 2 blocks to the side, so that we're on top of the entrance. Then we'll add a redstone dust. And finally, a repeater. Or an observer, I mean. Then we go to the other block that we put down and add a redstone torch. Then we put a block 2 blocks down from the redstone torch and then a redstone dust that should be lit. Then we will add a block diagonally from the block, which will have a repeater set to 4, and then a block in front of that repeater, and on the block that we just added, we will add a redstone torch. And then we will put a block on top of that redstone torch. And now everything that you should probably see should be quite off, except for this part. Then we just need to add the sticky pistons. 6 sticky pistons and 2 normal pistons. And that should be the whole redstone. So now we can take a block, let's say the magenta glazed terracotta, and add them on top, in front of them, or as the door. Well, technically it should be open right now, but let's see if it works. So if we turn the lever off, it closes. Now if we turn the lever on, it opens. And now the redstone is complete. So now we can, for instance, remove that block and add a nice pathway, and also we could possibly remove those blocks and add a nicer ceiling. But remember to add the redstone dust right there. And that should be it for this whole tutorial. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, then make sure to press that like button, and if you don't want to miss any of my content, then make sure to subscribe. But either way, bye!